So let's jump off into this here. If you had to describe your hunting style in 3 words, what would they be?
I wouldn't necessarily say run and gun too much, but we have pretty much open fields around here. Try to pick the wind and pick the best part of the property to set up on. And if we see them out in the field, we'll get close to them and, try to coax them in and stuff. But most of it's just big open fields and just go set up, like I said, the best spot we think and play the wind and just go from there, really.
It's actually really cool 3 words. Big open fields. I like
Yep.
that. That
Stay active.
that's cool. I mean that's your approach right there, right? If you have
Right.
fields, you got to do it the right way. All right, cool. So what's your go-to rig setup right now? Like, what's your favorite rifle?
I'm currently right now. I'm using a Ruger American. It's an Oryx chassis and the 22 Creed. Love using that thing, and I'm using an 80 grade, kind of like what Dustin uses, and he kind of turned me on to the 22 Creed more. So it's been awesome so far.
Yeah, every time I talk to Dustin, he talks
That's
to me
the
about
bee's
Creed.
knees.
Yeah, it's awesome.
What optic are you running on it?
I am currently running the DBH on that right now.
Can't be beat.
Thoughts,
That combo.
thoughts, opinions on the DBH?
My personal opinion is I honestly think it's the best optic out there. I mean, that's kind of saying a lot, but with the LRF and the responsiveness of it, it's hard to beat that. And the ballistics, that's, like I said, big open fields that we're hunting in, and pretty sweet when they're out there 400 or 500 yards and you just click that button and then it drops a little reticle and there's a dot right there and you just put it on there and it's done deal.
Were you hunting the big open fields with glass optics during the day beforehand?
No, I've never shot a coyote during the day, besides out deer hunting when I'm bow hunting and stuff like that, but haven't really tried to, I guess. It'd probably be effective here, but obviously people do it, and I just kind of like the night game, I guess.
Makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, so yeah, because I was gonna ask how thermal changed the way you hunt, but I mean, I guess if you're doing it at night already, it just makes it a little bit easier.
Well, honestly, I started out just using night vision and no hand scanner, just scanning, looking for eyeballs, and that was we were successful with it. But got a thermal hand scanner, and that changed a lot. But honestly, the thermal scope that's changed everything. If you have something coming in that's on the field that's not picked, you can see through that. And with night vision, it kind of lacks that because you can't see anything. I mean, you could if his head was bobbing, you could see the eyeballs glowing, but yeah, it's been a game changer for sure.
First experiences too, using night vision in a field and then swapping to the thermal and being like, oh my God.
Oh yeah, it's insane.
Right,
Even
right.
like I'll use that during the daytime too. Like whenever we shoot quite a bit of woodchucks for farmers, and when their little heads pop up, during the day, even when it's still hot out, you can still pick out that heat signature just peeking its little bitty head out. That's pretty cool.
Any favorite features from your Rick's products? Things that you wish people would use more?
I'd like to see people utilize, like if they have something that does have the ballistics calculator in it. I know a lot of people that have that feature in their scope. I guess they don't really know how to punch all the information in because they're just a plug and play. That's something I'd like to teach somebody how to use it and stuff. That's probably one of them that I think is very beneficial, especially coyote hunters. You don't know where they're going to come out and stop or get your wind circling around.
It's a common mistake you see new hunters making.
New hunters, probably call placement and using the wind and overusing the same sounds and stuff like that. I mean, obviously you can use the same sounds and kill stuff, but I mean, I think a lot of these coyotes, especially the pressured ones, it's hard to utilize the same sounds and stuff like that. But I think that's one of them. And then another one would probably be picking out the optic that suits them. A lot of people posting stuff out of the DVH and think they have to have the best of the best. And that's not necessarily true, as you guys know. You can use this Storm 3, which is still a great optic. And a lot of people, if I'm using Storm 3, I'm not going to be able to see that far. But honestly, people aren't really shooting them out there 300, 400, 500, 600 yards. We're calling them in 100 yards and closer. So I think that's a lot of things that a lot of deters some people switching over to from night vision to thermal. They're just like, they think they have to have the best of the best. And I don't think that's true either.
Walk us through your decision making when you're on a hunt. Like when you're lining up a shot, what's going through your head?
I wish more of the time it was to hit record first, but that's sometimes not the case. Trying to figure out the wind and the swirling wind. I actually carry one of them powder things and puff it in the air, because you can't really go by the wind apps anymore. But one wind app will say coming out of the east, the other say the west, and that's my buddy actually brought that up. My buddy I hunt with, his name's Jason. We use it for deer hunting, so why not use it for bow hunting? But I think reading the wind and call placement, honestly, is probably the first things we really look for, and then where they're going to come out at in the field. 9 times out of 10, where we think, but you got those one coyotes that are hanging out behind you and they circle around and you never see them until they're sitting there having that angry bark where they've already smelled you, so you're staying shot after that. And that's another thing, like a young, first-time hunter, IDing your target. Night vision is kind of easy to tell the difference, but a first-time thermal user, I mean, even me starting out, I had a thermal hand scanner. That's the best thing to start out if you're going to have a thermal hand scanner and night vision, so you can tell the difference. But
so that leads me into it too. You said you went out with one of your friends. Do you prefer solo hunts or do you like to do group hunts?
That's kind of a tough question too, because I like the camaraderie of everybody, but I honestly 2 to 3 maybe max. But I think solo, when I'm hunting by myself, I kind of have better odds, I guess. I'm more relaxed and stuff like that. I'm not worried about other people, either solo or hunt with my one buddy. That's probably the best thing I like. You get too many more and you can have a good hunt turn into a bad hunt real quick. We usually go ready, we say yep, and go, and then boom. We're pretty on sync too.
I can hear that in some of the videos too. I can hear you guys counting down and then and seeing multiple targets go down at once. Like that's
yeah, that's pretty sweet.
We get a lot of numbers out of Dustin for annual coyote count. Do you also keep count?
Yeah, we do actually. This year we're already up to, I believe it's 57, which to some people, especially Dustin, that's in one weekend. I think last year we ended up with, I think it was 76. That's pretty good for us, especially, I'm a family guy and I got football, baseball, cheer, basketball. So, getting out and being worth a damn the next day is pretty,
right? Yeah. Absolutely. If somebody was getting their first thermal, what advice would you give them?
Obviously, try to stay in your budget. Don't go over, there's plenty of Rick's products out there that are budget friendly and that are damn good scopes. The Storm series is probably one of the best series out there for, I'd call it a budget scope, or even the Leaf 3s, that's actually one of my favorite scopes other than that DVH is the Leaf 3, honestly. That's on one of my other scopes. That's on my 243 right now. Other scopes that a couple of my buddies got, I'm not going to mention any names, but during a foggy night for a 340, that thing is phenomenal.
All right, so what's your opinion on the hunting community currently, as a whole?
What I would like to see is not a lot of, you see some people on these pages. I think social media is the worst thing for anything. Not even just the hunt community, just everything in general. As the hunt community, I think a lot of people just try to cut others down, for using certain products. And I don't give a damn if you use a ATN or one of the cheapest out there. I don't even care what you use. ATN gets a lot of rap. I hate seeing people do that. And a lot of these people are well known in the outdoor industry. That's what gets me. I think a little less of that would be awesome. I honestly, social media has just ruined so much stuff, and it's sad to see because my kids are growing up with it. I see stuff like, honestly, my I'm gonna be straight up. My kids aren't on any of them social media apps, and I like it that way.
Best way to do it. I don't even like my siblings being on social media. It's just
no. I'm not showing stuff that's inspirational, for his football stuff. That get his head in the game and stuff. I'll show him different reels and stuff for that. But
is there anything that you see people saying consistently where you're just like, no, man, that's not it?
You got to have a certain caliber to kill coyotes. That's the biggest thing that I've seen. But that's probably the biggest myth right there is, you got to have a cannon to kill a coyote, but, and I'm not just biased, just Dustin shoots it, but that 22 Creedmoor is just has been lights out.
I'm getting a 22 Creedmoor.
Dude,
it's so fun.
It's been a game changer, and just
you guys have sold me. All right, Dustin talks about it all the time too.
And just the thump in the videos is just awesome.
All right, so bucket list hunt. Anywhere you could go, any animal you wanted.
Bucket list hunt. That doesn't have to be predators or nothing. I really want to go. A lot of people say Africa, which is I think everybody's bucket list, but I think going in the mountains in Colorado or Montana and hearing those bull elk just bugling, it gives me chills just thinking about it. That's probably my bucket list hunt right there. Archery too with the bow. I like to shoot 'em with the bow.
I feel like that's probably the most realistic one that we've heard so far.
Right, right.
That makes a lot of sense, and that sounds like it'd be a good time too.
Yeah,
And
for
also,
sure.
I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff in Colorado, like mountains.
Mountains.
Oh yeah,
Mountains.
dude. We just took our kids out west. They've never been out there, and went through Yellowstone, and I take pictures and stuff like that. And that's something I want to do again too. Is I kind of want to go backpacking with another one of my buddies that takes wildlife photos and just going backpacking, going out west. It's not really a bucket list hunt, but it's on my list of things to do before I die, though.
All right, so what's your favorite thermal palette?
I kind of like that green monochrome. I use
4
that
for
quite
4.
a bit because
4 for 4.
it's
4 for
easy on
4.
the eyes. It's easy on the eyes, and
Are you guys talking about it in the group chat or something? Like, are you guys sharing these answers with each other? Like,
no.
The last 3 have said green too. That's awesome because
Oh, really?
we really
That's
like
cool.
green too, but everyone likes white and black.
before
hot.
the R units came out, right? It was always black hot, white hot for everybody, and and now that the green monochrome's out, everybody's switching over to the green monochrome. That's cool to see.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet looking too. I like that.
What about it specifically? Is it the contrast for it? You said it was easy on the eyes.
Yeah, just easy on the eyes, and I think like white hot, it gives you that, I don't know what you want to call it, scope eye or thermal eye. I don't know what you want to call it, that black spot, and that green just seems to just pop a little more too. I just like it. I don't know if I like it just because it looks cool, or honestly, I think the main thing is just easy on my eyes. 'Cause I get really bad migraines, and if something's very bright, I'm done for the night or the next day. It's just horrible. Then my wife will complain because I got a headache all damn day from hunting all night.
I'm right about to get you back to the wife and the kids there. One more question for you. When you guys go out, do you prefer the gas station snacks, or do you guys pack a lunch from home?
Definitely got to have the monsters in you. I don't know if they do anything, but I think they do. And then jerky. I'm a sunflower geek. I eat the hell out of sunflower seeds. Sorry. But then we have one buddy that is we call him a part-timer. He makes his own summer sausage. So around deer season, summer sausage comes out. That's usually when we invite him. So no.
So that's when you got the 3-man going out, right?
Yeah.
Summer sausage season. Call our boy. Perfect. That is all I got for you. Well, yeah,
Yes, sir.
I really appreciate you taking the time for us here today.
Sounds good, buddy. We'll see you guys.
Take it easy.
Have a good one, bro.
See-